welcome to E Magazine. I'm your host, Brennan Michaba. Once again, welcome on this edition of E Magazine. Hope you're having a lovely day so far.
And kama kawaida, this is the Wednesday edition of E Magazine, and this is the segment behind that post where we'll let you know what posts made rounds this week. And this week, we are focusing on the top 10 winners and losers in the internet in 2020. Don't touch that dial. Okay, so number 5 on our list was Major, aka Okonkwo. Major had an extremely good year music-wise, with more than 10 collaborations, with Utawezana being the biggest hit of the year in Kenyan music. Apart from that, Major got involved in some business ventures like trademarking his Tumblr. Hey, Brenda, behind that post.
Yes, I'm quite surprised that Major made it on the list. I didn't know that he's had that many collaborations. So congrats to you, Major. Like, I didn't know that. So
he's actually, I think, on Kenya's top 10, people who made it 2020.
That's good. 2020 has been a crazy year, so it's good to see that people were able to make moves during this time. And I feel like this just brings up the fact that a lot of artists were able to make a lot of collaborations during this period of COVID-19.
So are you loving my judgment on this list?
I think so too. It's a tick on Major.
It's a tick, yeah?
I think 2020 was a comeback for him as well.
It was actually a comeback as a solo artist.
Yes.
I think this year he hasn't done anything with the council.
No.
And it has actually improved, because now I think he's gone to the international space.
Yes, he's definitely in a different space than he was before. So congrats to you, Major. You're doing a great job.
Congrats to you, Okonkwo. Anyway, moving on. Megan Thee Stallion is, in my opinion, was the best female rapper this year, and it's proven. Billboard 200 list was her dance floor this year, with number ones such as WAP and Body. That's Brenda's favorite song. And so many more, and was named NME's Person of the Year. Congratulations to you, Megan Thee Stallion. Of course, I'm not such a fan, but I'm sure Brenda has something to say about this.
Congrats, Meg. Bari yari yari yari. That's definitely my song. So I'm just so happy she was able to get on the list. 100% Meg Thee Stallion. I remember that year, I think it was the year 2019 or 2018, that Cardi B was making rounds every single place. So this time around is all about Meg Thee Stallion, and she definitely used quarantine as a moment for her to keep us energetic, fun with dancing music. I think she even took over TikTok at some point.
And that was going to be my next question. I feel like she was number one. She should be a very big top earner on TikTok, especially it really did have a major boost on her numbers on the social media platform. She's number one on Spotify apart from The Weeknd, and we're just seeing such a major role. This one had to be on the list. She has made it in 2020.
Meg Thee Stallion had made a lot of bags this year, that's for sure. She deserves it, and I'm looking forward to see what more she has in store for us this coming year. Maybe she can just like tone it a little down and talk. But anyway, Meg, you do you. We love you for you being
girl. You do you. You do you. Of course, I'm not such a twerk fan, but I really did it was really a big year for her, and kudos.
100%. Also, that song. Remember, I'm a Savage. The one.
I'm a Savage, and it came immediately after quarantine just began.
Yes, I'm a Savage. And if you watch my TikToks, I was caught doing the Savage with my boss. So go check it out.
Who?
Which boss? You've seen that TikTok, Tasha.
It was a good year for Megan Thee Stallion, of course.
Yes.
Coming up at number 3, and this is my favorite. Travis Scott comes in at number 3, and Travis did not release any album this year, but he was one of the top earning artists and rappers this year, with almost a net worth of 100 million from endorsements alone. McDonald's, PlayStation, and his new Out of Space perfume launch were the reasons behind it. These top earnings, man. Travis Scott is
I feel like Travis Scott is one of those like silent. There's always that person in your crew who just does things so silently, moves like he's making successful moves quietly. That is Travis Scott to me, because I get super surprised when I see Travis Scott making all this like collaborations with perfumes, collaborations with McDonald's. It's definitely been a good year for this guy.
And of course, he used social media to his advantage.
True say.
I mean, he all these things, like the perfume, it sold out on his Instagram page. $285 to smell Just like Travis Scott.
Just like Travis Scott,
Out of
guys.
space.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. What are we doing wrong?
No, we are going to get there.
Right?
Aki, we are
Let's
going to
believe
get
in
there.
ourselves,
Mungu,
right?
wacha Mungu aitwe Mungu. But by the time, when we get there, Brenda.
He made it on number 3? Okay, then.
Yeah, he made it on number 3.
I'm excited to see who's on number 2 then, if he made it on number 3.
Number 2, drum rolls, please. Elon Musk. Elon has become the second richest man in the world.
Wow.
After his net worth rose to 100 million this year with his revolutionary revolutionary electric cars. Musk surpassed Microsoft mogul Bill Gates, who is now in the running for number 4 on the list. He is actually number 4. Congratulations to Elon
Congrats
Musk.
to him. Like, I feel like during this period, it's been a major milestone for a lot of celebrities to move up on the Forbes list. I know Kylie moved up as well as Rihanna during this round of Forbes. So it's super cool. Like, he's done so much. Baka hiyo jina ni heavy kwa tangi yako.
Sasa unajua anatengeneza magari za space.
Wow.
Magari za NASA. Huyu ni mtu ako na pesa yani.
Someone who has money. So clearly as to why he's moved up on the list that fast. So number 4, can you imagine being number 4 richest person in the world? How do you feel?
I guess you feel nice. I think you get to the point where you feel nice, Maka, you don't feel nice again. It's like you don't care about it. Do you know there's a point in like, I think a rich person is like, I have everything. There's
everything. You can get anything you want in a snap
that
of a finger.
Really have. Do you see the way they dress? Look at the way they dress.
Just like casual people.
Yeah, they dress like casual people.
We look like we are billionaires.
I'm telling you. Wajaluo, lakini sijasema kitu.
Si mimi ni Tasha.
Moving on, I want you to guess who is on the number 1 spot.
For this year, in terms of making gains, okay, let me not even look what's happening behind us. I don't know, Tasha. I really can't pinpoint. I feel like there's a lot that's been happening during this period.
Let's talk e-commerce.
E-commerce. Ooh, Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos is on number 1. Amazon founder and the CEO Jeff Bezos could be potentially the first trillionaire. By 2026.
Trillionaire?
After his business boosted this year, after the world went on standstill after the lockdown and everybody was
let me tell you something.
Not renting, but buying things from Amazon.
Right now, if I was Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, I would have just rethought that decision.
But do you know she is now the richest woman in the world?
I know she is, but the ex-husband is a trillionaire. I want to be a trillionaire with my ex-husband.
Let's wait for his next ex-wife.
Because we're a trillionaire, like, it's quite crazy to see how a period where a lot of businesses, just the economy is not doing well, can turn someone into being a billionaire and hopes of being a trillionaire next year.
Can you just imagine? And some of them actually became richer in this period. I think
Tasha,
it's just the rest of us who are just suffering.
If I become a trillionaire in Tandanisha space, like, what am I doing in that? I can't, I'm on a different level, literally. So I need to be on a different level in terms of this earth.
Oh my God. All right, that has been it for the winners. We are moving into the losers. And for me, number 5 was Post Malone. Post Malone and the whole concert industry lost millions of dollars this year after concerts were put on hold because of the coronavirus pandemic. Post Malone was set to have a tour this year and it was stalled, which made him lose almost $1.6 million. And for me, that was a loser.
That's a lot of money to lose, honestly speaking. Haven't really been seeing Post Malone. I mean, he's done a little bit of featuring in terms of songs, but those songs haven't really made much from themselves. So sorry to you, Post Malone. But anyway, next day is a new year to make better gains.
Next day is a new year,
and he's still a rich man, so he's still okay.
Let's talk about the concert industry. They really,
100%. I feel like a lot of celebrities, musicians to be specific, had plans on having concerts.
Oh my God.
We did not even have Coachella this year, so you get what I mean? So this guy's lost a lot of money.
All the awards.
Thank
God the Grammys came in before the COVID strike.
But it's just different. It's not the same experience as it would have been if COVID-19 wasn't around. But hey, we have a vaccine now, so maybe things will go back to normal sooner than later.
Yeah, of course. Actually, Vanity said that Grammys isn't going to be virtual next year.
It can be virtual. It's weird. Why are concerts virtual? I mean, it's a good experience, but we want to go there, be there, and experience the actual thing in life.
All right, coming in at number 4 is The Weeknd. Despite The Weeknd having the most streamed album of the year on Spotify and 3 songs on the Billboard 200 list, best album of the year, he didn't achieve to make it into the Academy list for the 2020 Grammys. Now, he didn't take it lightly, as he implied on Twitter that the Grammys were corrupt, and it came out like it was viral. That tweet was so viral. Did you see that?
He was pissed off.
He was pissed off.
Really
he was
pissed
like,
off.
you owe me and my fans and my album clarity.
Let me tell you, this picture kind of sums up 2020 for some of us. We're not like Jeff Bezos out here trying to be trillionaires.
Just look beat.
This has been us. But anyway, we're surviving. And I mean, I do believe that, The Weeknd did deserve Grammys, being the most streamed, album.
It was
in
actually
Spotify.
the best album.
But let me tell you, guys
opinion.
were listening to The Weeknd because that's the song you listen to when you are depressed. And he's
Oh
talking
my
about everything
God.
you're feeling about.
Have you heard that album?
Yes, I have.
It's a really
I
legit
really
album.
like it.
Yeah.
I really do like it. But he talks about certain things that you can relate to. And I guess guys were relating to those things during
You
quarantine.
just said on national television, guys, you heard her. She said that The Weeknd
love
is
you,
the
The
Adele
Weeknd.
of men.
He is the Adele of men. I said that he is. So maybe that's why. You don't remember when Adele's album just went out of the roof?
Yes.
Exactly.
Hello from the air.
That's what's happening right here. So sorry to The Weeknd, but hey, next day is another time for you to get your gains back.
Guys, don't mind us. We're just having a really, really good time on set today. Coming in at number 3 is Taylor Swift. And also, she also made it to the charts, of course, just like The Weeknd, with her new album, Folklore. But it was the sale of her old masters that put her on the losers list. Now, manager Scooter Brown sold her old masters for a whopping $300 million to an investment company. Even after Taylor re-recorded the songs, it still did not match up to what was sold off by Scooter. You remember this story?
Yes, I remember the story. I actually talked about it on
Yeah,
a review.
yeah.
And Taylor Swift, I don't know. I honestly feel like she's been quite quiet this year, apart from the song she released.
She actually released the whole album.
Oh, wow. I didn't even
Folklore.
hear about it.
Yeah.
I think the issue is just Taylor Swift gets distracted by so many boyfriends.
So many, oh yeah.
I think that's why she wasn't focused
I
this
don't
year.
find us on YouTube.
But it's okay. Next day is another day.
Yeah, actually, there's this one song. It really it's called is it Beauty and the Beast or something? Anyway, let's talk about the 300 million that she was ripped. I think
Yes,
she was
it's
so
actually-
ripped off. And this is a tweet. Let me just read this tweet from you. Been getting a lot of questions about the recent sale of my old masters, and I hope this clears things up. Of course, she wrote a whole letter. This is, I don't know if
It's a bit unclear
it's
to
a
read
bit
it.
unclear. I wish I could read it for you, but you guys get the whole picture. So it's just Taylor Swift, like complaining about being ripped off. And of course,
And I think it just takes
us
us back to the lesson of just being able to understand, being in this music business, you need to understand your value and some of the things you've worked on, how to sell it, who to sell it to, and the people around you who are actually helping you make these decisions need to also understand the impact that you can have on your career and yourself as a person, because she's worked so hard. She started singing at 16.
Contracts are very, very important.
Very
you
complicated
have to
as well.
read a contract, especially in the music business. When somebody tells you they want to sign you, you have to actually read the contract to see whether it's favorable for you.
Yes.
Now, I mean, 6 albums down the line, that's like a whole 10 years worth of work. I mean, for somebody to sell my work for 300,000 to an investment company, not even
Taylor Swift, Tasha's feeling super sorry for you,
I'm
man.
feeling super sorry for you, but we have to move on. Bye-bye, Taylor Swift. Tekashi 6ix9ine is on number 2, and Tekashi had an underwhelming chart debut this year with a sale of a little over 150,000 units. The sales were not as good as the artist thought they would be, which puts him on number 2 on my list. This is personal, by the way.
Yes, because let me tell you something, that clearly shows when you're a snitch, you ain't gonna make money.
Did you snitch?
Yes, that's how we got out of jail.
They're coming for
There
you.
was a whole commotion happening.
They're coming for you. And by the way, you know, like he really pumped up this album.
Yes.
And you know, people were talking about, you know, Tupac when he came out of jail. His album really sold platinum.
But it's a
and
different,
this
it's
was
a different
really
situation.
underwhelming.
Personally speaking, when you follow up on the story on Tekashi 69.
Tekashi, like we move regardless.
When you follow up on his story, you really understand as to why he was put in a situation where he had to be honest, and that allowed him to have less years. He was on parole, came out of jail, was on parole for like a year. He was supposed to be on parole throughout this year. He had a hit song with Nicki Minaj, which was on top of its game. But of course, you know, being on the spotlight, being in a certain culture where people are like snitches get stitches, kind of affects you.
Hey, you're Hispanic, they'll
right?
kill you.
Exactly.
Unless you have bodyguards.
Exactly. So, sorry to you, Tekashi.
Guys, let us know who you thought did not make it on the list and you really want them to make on the list. We can make another list for you. You can find us on our social media handles, Metropole TV KE. And you know, kama kawaida, my personal Instagram page is I_am_Tamasha. And Brenda, and that's on what?
And that's on period.
But we're moving on to number one. Number one on the list, drum rolls. This one everybody knows, I'm sure.
Boom, boom, boom.
Donald Trump.
Oh, God.
Trump is the biggest loser this year. Apart from losing the biggest election of all time, Trump also lost $1 billion. When billionaires all around the world increased in net worth, his commercial real estate properties dropped in value during the corona time period. Trump was valued at $3.1 billion in the beginning of the year and now is at 2.1 billion.
That is a serious slope. Like that's actually just, that's crazy.
Like this.
That is crazy.
And of course his propagandas on Twitter always
so much truth to this. He says, breaking news at Disney Poll. I would warn any state right now that thinks they are going to certify this election to rethink it very seriously, because what they are certifying is their own fraud and their own complicity in fraud. I might even mount a class action suit later too. Anyway.
And funny enough, he also lost the, he went to, what is it? Give me the English.
What are you talking about?
He went to contest.
Oh, okay.
He went to contest the win of Biden and he actually lost. So he is the biggest loser of
Trump, I'm not super surprised because let me tell you, things took a complete turn during this election.
Sorry for you.
That's when you ask where are his supporters on Twitter. He seems to have a lot of them on Twitter. Where were they at when he's going down like this? But anyway, Trump, let's just see what happens to you next year now that we have a new president in the United States.
President-elect.
Yes.
Moving on is hit or miss.
Great.
Your return to the underworld has been requested.
Let me just check my calendar. Here it is. The 7th of never through to the 15th of ain't gonna happen. How does that work for you guys? Try it. You think Father's upset now?
He will not be merciful for much longer.
Our sneak peek will look at the devil in details. The saga of Lucifer is almost as epic as the biblical stories that inspired. More than once, fans have feared that the end is nigh. But on 23rd June 2020, Netflix surprised all of us by confirming that Lucifer will return for a 6th and final season.
You know, Lucifer used to be God's favorite angel.
The news came via an official Twitter post which was accompanied by the numbers 666 and following the caption, "The devil made us do it, hashtag Lucifer will return for a 6th and final season, like final.
What? Jealous someone else has their hand up my butt?
All the chuckle bunnies talk.
The what?
Chicks who like to have sex with comedians.
Well, there's a term for that. Oh, I should get a term. Devil bunnies. Oh, no, Lucy fans.
Can you please?
Oh, no.
I'm Lucifer Bloody Morningstar. I do favors better than anyone else, amongst other things.
So the big question is, what's in store for the Prince of Lies and his earthbound friends?
Oh, where to start?
Well, I'm the devil. I basically invented daddy issues, waged a war, and then got banished to rule hell.
Let's dive in. After all, the devil in details.
Don't leave. Goodbye. She'll be just fine without me.
Before we can figure out when season 6 will arrive, we're still waiting on the second half of season 5. Star Tom Ellis kindly provided fans with an update at the end of August when he popped by the Pilot TV podcast.
Lucifer 2.0.
You're back. Great.
How could you go home without me?
I'm not Lucifer!
Lucifer told me he had a twin brother.
Nice to meet you. I'm Michael.
As for season 6, our man is on mid-late 2021 at the absolute earliest. There will be 10 episodes as reported by TV Line.
I needed a little vacay. So I came here to Los Angeles, which, may I tell you, is no city of angels, and exactly what I was after.
Your return to the underworld has been requested.
Remind Dad that I quit hell because I was sick and tired of playing a part in his play. I bought a bar, had a wonderful time partying with my demon friend Maze, annoying my brother Amenadiel, which I have to say was half the fun.
And you, my feathered friend, can go to hell.
But then something unexpected happened. I got mixed up in a murder and helped an LAPD detective solve the case, Detective Chloe Decker. I told her I was the devil, but she didn't believe me. They never do. I have the ability to draw out people's forbidden desires.
I got it. The name, the whole Lucifer thing, and desire's like your superpower.
It's more like a gift from God. There's something special about the detective. She's the only human I've ever met who's completely immune to my devilish charm.
I will never, ever sleep with you.
Dang hard to get, I like it.
When hell freezes over.
I can arrange that, actually.
Get in the car.
Anyway, with the help of my therapist, Dr. Linda, I know, so LA, I found a way to keep working alongside the detective and her douche of an ex-husband, Dan, and a rather lovely forensic scientist called Miss Lopez.
Just make out already and get it over with.
Past couple of years, we've been through a lot.
You're going to send me into the life of Charlotte Richards?
Deal with it, Mother! Maze became a bounty hunter.
I was bored, had nothing to do.
Amenadiel lost his wings, then got them back and flew a good friend of ours up to heaven. But I know what you're really thinking. Has that detective finally realized that she's madly in love with me? Well, I think she nearly did. But then she saw my true face. Proof that indeed I am the devil. So grab a drink, you'll need one.
Fun's just begun.
There's no hiding.
When asked if the 7th season could ever happen, Henderson and Modrovich explained why season 6 is definitely their last story.
That right there was sneak peek as we look at the next season for Lucifer. Now guys, me and Tasha have had so much fun doing our behind that post that we ate up a little bit of time. We're going to take a short commercial break, but do not go anywhere. We still have more in store for you right here on E! Magazine.